Alright, so boom. We're back on Holistic Way, and yes, I appreciate you all for joining me today. Today's episode is actually for the ladies. So if you have like heavy period cramps, heavy bleeding, you're nauseous, bloated, all the symptoms that PMS can give you while you're on your period or leading up to your period, you're gonna want to stick around for this video because I have 5 holistic tips that I'm going to go over for you today that are going to give you the ultimate period relief, and I'm talking about instantly. Right, so to kick off the 5 tips that I have for you, number 1 is my ultimate favorite, which is essential oils. So there are 6 essential oils that I want to just name off for you guys. We tackle like muscle spasms, swelling, pain, nausea, bloating, all the bells and whistles that you really need on like your first or second day of having your period, which we all know can be a true. So the 6 essential oils that I do want to list to you are lavender, clary sage, we have peppermint, turmeric, cinnamon, as well as chamomile. All of these essential oils, again, are so amazing. Lavender is probably like the number 1 that I'm going to highly recommend. If you don't get any other essential oil, get the lavender. It's just so good when it tackles pain. And if you are like a person who works a very stressful job and your muscles hurt all the time, or if you work out a lot, I highly recommend lavender outside of having a period because, again, it's going to soothe those muscles and just make you feel real like whole and new again. What I would recommend is for you to mix it with a carrier oil like coconut oil, castor oil specifically. If you look at my last video, highly recommend when you're on your periods, just check my last video. I went over all that as far as like the benefits of it. So you can also mix the essential oils with this. What you're going to do is once you mix it with the carrier oil, rub it here on your stomach. I actually do my sides, my back, all that. I will also tackle like your belly button. So any essential oils, mix it with a carrier oil and put it in your belly button, especially if you're going to use the castor oil. Also, I use this, which is the Dr. Bronner's lavender soap. I use this every day, but honestly, like, it comes in most handy when I'm on my period. So I'll take a shower and afterwards I just feel like completely new. Moving on to number 2, which is foods that you should eat and foods that you shouldn't eat. So there's a book that I grew up on that my mom actually recommended. She talked about this book all the time, but it's specifically to tackle PMS symptoms. The book is going to break down different foods that you should eat and how that regulates your hormones. So depending on what symptom you're feeling, this is the type of food that you should eat. Now, moving into the different foods that you should eat, boron is actually a mineral that is great for tackling like muscle cramps. Foods that are high in boron are avocado, peanut butter, prunes, and chickpeas and bananas. So all of those foods are going to help you when it comes to like when you're actually cramping, and should help lessen the cramps in conjunction with like the essential oils and all the other stuff that I recommend as well. Now, moving into the things that you should stay away from when you are leading up to your period, and also especially when you're on your period. The first thing would be fatty foods, salty foods, and sugars. All of that you want to stay away from. To be completely honest, if you can cut that out of your diet completely, you'll probably feel so much better on a daily basis. These things, again, are going to make your cramps worse, and they're also going to make your periods heavier and probably last longer as well. Now, the next one, I know y'all are going to hate me for it, but again, caffeine is not your friend when you are on your period. Let me say that again. Caffeine is not your friend when you are on your period. Steer clear of it. You have to do coffee decaffeinated because that is the only thing that is going to help you and probably lessen, like, it's not going to make your period symptoms like worse. Next one would be carbonated drinks. Again, the sugars that's in it, so soda, steer clear of it. And then lastly, we have alcohol. Now, I know you like to get the party started and you don't want nobody to stop the party. I'm not trying to stop you from partying. What I'm saying to you is on probably like the week leading up to your period, and specifically the first and second day of your period. You want to steer clear of alcohol. Moving on to number 3 are herbal teas. Now, I am a true tea drinker. I love tea. It is just so beneficial to you when you are on your period or even just on a daily basis. These are the teas that I use. So I have ginger turmeric, raspberry leaf, peppermint, and chamomile. Essential oil that I have recommended you probably can find a tea form in. I highly recommend is using raspberry leaf. Now, this is the traditional medicinal brand, but I also love the Yogi brand as well. Raspberry leaf is really good for just overall like cramps and uterine health. I start using this a week out because I know for a fact, like once I get to my period, it's just going to be so much smoother, way less pain, and just overall a more beautiful and healthier period, which is what we all want. So highly recommend this. There is a tea that I don't have here, and it is a lavender chamomile tea in the same brand, Medicinal Traditionals. I absolutely love. It is like my ultimate favorite. I'll do that, like the lavender and chamomile tea, and then I'll also mix it with the raspberry leaf. So like, let's say I'm having like heavy periods. I'll drink a cup of that mixture, and baby, pain is gone. And I'm talking about with the quickness, which is what we want, right? We don't want to be in pain all day. So we are moving on to number 4, which is this right here, the Biggs and Featherbell Achy Muscle Balm. Now, y'all, I know I sang my praises about essential oils, but baby, get you some of this. And I'm talking about with the quickness. This right here is so amazing when it comes to any type of muscle pain, spasms, achy muscles, like whatever you tell you. You put this on your body and you're going to feel like a whole new person. It is not just for periods. Like when I am working out and my back hurts or my legs, whatever I'm doing, or if I have a stressful job and I just ache all the time, use this. It has menthol, camphor, and clary sage in it, and then it also has lavender in the mix as well. So you already know lavender is my favorite. This right here is just going to be so good and so relieving when you use it specifically for your periods. Now that leads me into our last one, which is number 5, and that is in regards to a heating pad. So I know what you're thinking, like, why is this number 5? But hear me out. We all typically use the heating pad in the front because that is where we like have the most pain, right? Shout out to my coworker Shaniqua. So girl, if you like come across this video, thank you, because you really put me on to some game, for real. You move the heating pad around to your back, you're going to feel instant relief. Like when I say it's life-changing, just switching it around. I don't know what it is about the heating pad being on your back, but it works 10 times better than putting it in the front. So try that, and then try it with the mixture of like the essential oils, drink you some tea, and baby, you are going to feel so much better, and you probably won't cramp anymore after that. Yes, so that wraps up my video for this week. I hope you learned a whole lot of information. Comment below if you've used these things. If you have not used it before, save this video and then, try it and come back and let me know how it works. Next week's video is going to be on uterine health. So I'm going to talk about supplements that have helped me specifically because I have fibroids. So if you have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, any other type of like uterine issues, definitely tap in with me, and I'm going to touch bases on the things that I've used. Yes, like, comment, share with your family and your friends, and I will see y'all next Wednesday on Holistic Wit.